Hey everybody, we've got some live battle here. Some live battle. Yes, I say so professionally. So, it's the weekend, and it was suggested to me that maybe live battles are, because they're so much longer than standard content, maybe putting them at the weekend is a good idea, because it means that you have more time to watch them, and I think that's a fair compromise, you know. It means that I'm not forced to keep doing these like constantly all through the week, and it's a nice thing at the weekend to just chill with, and I hope you enjoy. So we have a game here against someone from Twitter. Reminder, if you want to battle me, then Twitter is the place to go. If you follow me there, I will tweet out when I'm battling, and first come, first served. This is a game against Spark777, and I'm using the same team. I like it, and I think that we really, I feel like you get a lot more out of the battle when I'm using a team that's actually efficient and works, and I enjoy using. So until I get something else figured out, I think I'm just going to keep rolling with this and take out my stylus here actually. So what has he got? We don't have much time to choose right now because I've spent a lot of time BSing. I feel like the lead is what matters, obviously, so I'm going to, first of all, I need to take a PNG. I need to take a push. That's what they call them these days, the kids. Gotta take a push, and I'm gonna lead with, I would say Latios. I mean, Bishop is a thing, but I don't think he'll lead Bishop. So I'm just gonna lead Latios, and we can switch accordingly. I don't actually know if Bishop run Pursuit or Knockoff more common. I would say Knockoff is definitely common, but I don't know if they run Pursuit as well as Knockoff. That's something I'm somewhat unaware of, so that's something that we need to keep an eye out for, I guess. Alrighty, let me just bring up his team here, have a bit more of a talk about it. So he's brought basically Rain. I'm guessing he's using Dragonite to abuse the Hurricane there. Maybe he's running a Specs or just a mixed Dragonite with Hurricane. That's a potential thing. The Heliolisk definitely will have Thunder to benefit from the rain. I'm thinking maybe he is going to be running a Damp Rock. That could potentially be a thing. I'm not quite sure. But he does have Abusers. He has Abusers. And he has Mew, which is, as many people know, my most hated Pokemon of all time. So, yeah, that's the thing. So the thing with Gliscor is it's probably not going to stay in. And he, in terms of a switch, I guess his best thing is Mew. I could go for a Draco. I could just drop a Draco. I don't think it really hurts too much if I do. The only issue is if he brings in Bishop to take the Draco and then consequently has Pursuit, I could be in a bit of trouble. So that's just a thing. If we're thinking ahead in the future, having my Latios trapped isn't something I particularly want. So I think I'm going to predict either the switch to Mew or Bishop. And as a result of that, I think the best thing to go to is, I would say, Heatran, but Bishop's going to be brick breaking most likely. Bishop is actually a problem. I'm going to go to Conkeldurr as a kind of middle ground. If he does go to Mew, then I can pivot back into something like Jellicent or Heatran. Either which I think deals with it aptly. He's actually going to protect there. Okay, fair enough. I guess he was scouting me as also just guaranteeing the Toxic Orb, which is fine. It means that he can't be tricked, which works. I actually have Ice Punch though here, so I can put him in a nasty position with Ice Punch, and we can roll from there. We'll just go for it. I'm not going to over predict. I'm just going to be straight up go for it, and we'll see what his play is. And he decides to switch, so makes sense. He doesn't want to stay and goes to Politoed. Yep, very standard switching. And now I think Jellicent, because Politoed can't really touch it unless he's running HP Grass. I don't think they get access to Grass Knot. I believe they don't, so that's fine. I should probably pull up Cerebi here as well. You know, even after many years of playing this game, about 6, competitively speaking, I still just forget stuff all the time. I guess because I'm not super, like, thinking about teams and team creation as much as I used to back in the day. And threats and that kind of thing, so yeah, it doesn't seem like Politoed has anything apart from HP Grass to touch Jellicent. Especially if he's going to be running the Focus Blast variety. Oh shit, I just... You guys are probably just shouting at the screen that I froze the Politoed. And I switched to Jellicent before even realizing that that's what I'd done. If not, I would have stayed in and gone for the knockoff. Wow. So that's a thing. Wow, okay. You're just like, I'm just looking at Sarami and just not even paying attention, and I look back and all of a sudden Polytoad is just a lollipop. He's just a lollipop. There you go. Okay, this is perfect. This is a really nice switch, because now I can try and screw over Dragonite by Will-O-Wisping. I can also go for Taunt if he potentially wants a Dragon Dance on me, which I don't think he will do. So I'm going to go for the Willow, and I don't think he'll stay in. He does. Okay, so yeah, because he is running the special variety, he can abuse the rain. And oh my god, and Para! Oh my god, that was a lot. And that Will-O-Wisp is going to end up actually not being very useful. I mean, it's great to have the residual damage and to break the multiscale, but clearly with him running the special set, which I mentioned it at the start of the video that he should be running the special set, but it's one of those things, like, in the spur of the moment, you see Dragonite and you're like, okay, physical, let's go, let's attack it and make sure it stops setting up. I should have engaged Brain there a bit more. Oh my god, what am I saying? Everything's falling to pieces now. So the question is, do I want to sacrifice Jellicent? Because it is literally, it's very dead right now. I mean, it's nice as like fodder perhaps, like knockoff fodder. If, for example, Bishop comes in and wants to knock something off, I can easily go into Jellicent as fodder. Question is, do I have anything to really take the thunder? Not particularly. I mean, my Heatran is special defensive and my Conkeldurr is assault vest, and both of them can take it. I think better to go into Conkeldurr because on the potential chance of the paralysis, I will be able to use that for my advantage with Guts. However, let's remember that he can also Hurricane, and I think it's likely that he will Hurricane this turn because there is the potential of my switching to Conkeldurr. So I think in this scenario, we're going to go to Heatran instead. And then I'm going to protect a Scout. I want to protect a Scout just to see, one, whether he's going to be mixed, and two, just to get some extra lefties and that kind of thing. It turns out he's going for Thunder again, which means that it is the potential that he is choice locked. It doesn't do a huge amount, so maybe he isn't spexed. I'm not quite sure what the damage output is supposed to be, but it is an unstabbed move, so it's not doing a huge amount. I'm questioning whether I really should protect here, because from the evidence so far, it would suggest he's fully special and locked in. So I think a good idea is probably to just lay out rocks right now, and get those out the way. We might as well just sort them, because it's going to help us later with Dragonite regardless, and he does switch, so I think we can assume now that he is specs. So we're going to get those rocks out the way. That's perfectly fine. And he brings in his Heliolisk, which with Rain Boosted Surf can certainly do a number on my Heatran. So I am going to Scout for that. Maybe I shouldn't Scout. Maybe I should pull the hard switch to Jellicent. See, if I pull the hard switch to Jellicent, it goes one of two ways. I mean, it's not really a good switch in all honesty, because regardless he'll still be faster and be able to choose whatever move he goes for, but if we play a couple mind games we might get ourselves into a nice position. It's just a question of going about it. I think that maybe it's too much of a waste of time. I think I'm just going to protect and get some lefties again and see what he wants to do. Hopefully he's not a subbing variety. I've never seen subbing Heliolisk, so I don't think that he's going to be. He's just going to Volt Switch, which makes sense on the chance that my Jellicent came in. That would kill that, and that would be fine. But I think he is going to Surf at this point. It would make sense to do so, especially taking advantage of the rain. So I'm going to go to Jellicent, either to fodder. I don't mind if he does Volt Switch out. Or I'll get the Surf, the boost. Yeah, I think that works out. And he does go for the Surf this turn, so we get the correct prediction. We're playing around with Protect there, kind of subverting expectations a little bit. But it's not a huge thing. I mean, that's good, because it means that we can potentially use Jellicent later if we play it well. The question now is he going to overpredict again and go for the Surf, or is he going to just Volt Switch out this turn and not worry about it? It is kind of a matter of trying to wear out the rain We did freeze the Politoad, which is nice. It means that that thing is going to be less of a threat. But it can still come in and set rain back up again. So, it's tough. It's tough with Heliolisk because it can do so many things to deal with my defensive core that it becomes a little bit of a challenge when deciding what to switch to. I could make the more offensive switch and go into Latios because I do resist both the Surf and the Volt Switch. And I think that would give me a bit more momentum going forward because I could start dropping Draco Meteors. I mean, Bishop's still a thing, but you know, it's good to basically do that and push it forward. So I think I'll do that. I'll go to Latios. And, you know, no matter what, I should be able to take whatever hit he goes for. I believe they carry Focus Blast and Surf and Thunder and, you know, electric moves, so that's perfectly fine. You can see Volt Switch, hardly anything that I take from it, but now he does have the initiative going into Bishop. So I should have considered that, actually. It means, well, so here's the thing. I have the specs, and I also have Surf, and thanks to his Rain, I may well be able to do quite a number to him. There's also the possibility, if he wants to go for the sucker... Oh, the rain stopped. So, a few things in my mind. Number one is Substitute. That could be an issue. If he gets up a free sub, I could be in a little bit of trouble. Number two is Swords Dance, predicting my switch. Number three is Sucker Punch, predicting me to stay in and attack him. Number four is Pursuit, thinking that I'm going to switch out and trying to catch me on the switch. And number five is Knockoff. There's a lot of options Bishop has, in my opinion, and it could be fatal, and I should probably mute my phone. So, in the interests of hopefully not taking fatal damage, what is the best play to do here, and what will put us in good stead? So, I think maybe he may be overzealous and go for Sucker Punch, but it's really obvious, and I can easily switch out to avoid it. So, he potentially will want to go for something to set up. So I'm going to end up going for the Trick. If I go for the Trick, I may well die to the Knockoff if he's using that, but if he's locked into Knockoff, then I can bring in my Terrakion, which obviously gets a justified boost from Knockoff, and just smash the death button. His Gliscor will come in, but at least it will force him out, and his Bishop will then be choice specs locked. So the question is the sacrifice of Latios worth it, and what is he going to do to potentially stop it? Knockoff is probably at the forefront of my mind, the thing that he would do. But I'm gonna decide. Oh, it's hard because if he does have Pursuit, oh my God, no! Time ran out. No. What? Okay, shit. I thought for too long, and now time ran out, and he switched to Mew, probably predicting me to switch out, and I think it's gonna just do my first move, which is Draco. Shit. That makes me look like such a pro, and yet I'm sitting here debating like things and forgetting that there's a time limit. And I get a huge amount of damage on Mew for free. Oh my God. See, this is the kind of thing, if I wasn't recording live, like, you would have no way to verify that I could be bullshitting you and be like, so clearly he was going to go from Mew on the double switch to the thing. It just goes to it anyway. And I get a free option. Holy crap. That's unbelievable. I can't believe that shit. That's amazing. That is pretty damn amazing. So, I think at this point on Mew, I don't... will another Draco kill it? I think it probably will. Looking how much that first one did. We're going to drop another. We're just going to drop another, and hopefully it'll kill Mew. It should do. Come on, man. With specs, right? So, -2 is no thing. There we go. Alright, Mew's out the way. Let's cross it off the list. I can't really... I should totally load this picture into MS Paint and then start... That's what I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm loading up Paint, and I'm just going to cross shit out. Sense of satisfaction, man. Satisfaction in me. Alright, this is good. Let's... Oh, I like Paint. Allows me to cross shit out. Okay, I just crossed out Mew on Paint. This is cathartic. This is very cathartic. Okay, so now we're against Gliscor. Obviously, we are stuck on Draco Meteor at -4, so staying in is definitely not in our best interest. I think that we should go into... Conkeldurr or Jellicent? Those are the two options. I think we'll go Jellicent, because I don't want Conkeldurr taking unnecessary damage from stuff that Gliscor may do to me. And maybe Jellicent can have an opportunity. Also, I'm already statused, so if he tries to status me, bada bing, bada boom, I take it. You know, there is nothing wrong with Conkeldurr getting toxic. In fact, it kind of helps me with the guts boost. But I would much prefer my Conkeldurr getting burned rather than toxicked, I would say. So, yeah, that's probably the thing that we'd want to happen. Okay, so here's the thing. If I go... Right, we got to remember the Politoed is frozen. If I go for Scald, he can bring in the Politoed and defrost himself. See what I'm saying? So I don't want that to happen. I'm going to recover. If he goes to Politoed, that's fine. He's going to taunt me, though. Shutting me down. Trying to force me into attacking him. Which is fine. I'm not worried about it. What I could do is pull a double back into Latios. Or even to Heliolisk, man. But I don't want to take an Earthquake. So I'm going to pull a double back to Latios. And whatever he goes into, probably going to be Politoed, is going to be at my mercy. Yes, because he's going to predict the Scald. As I said before, he wants to get defrosted ASAP. And that is certainly a way of going about it. We're also forcing switches, gaining Stealth Rock damage, which is excellent. And he hasn't managed to set up any rocks of his own so far either. So, the good thing here is that I can easily go for a Surf, but we have to remember that Heliolisk has the Dry Skin. So the question is he going to go into the Heliolisk on my Surf? Probably not. He's probably going to go to Bishop, predicting the Draco. So I'm going to go for the Surf, and let's see if we get it right. He's going to stay in with his Politoed and hope to take some hits. No, he has Scald, obviously. He has Scald. He can break out of it with his own Scald and actually do a lot of damage. That was a huge amount, and get the burn off. Wow, okay. Well, if I'd just gone for Draco, I would have cleaned him out, but I then, again, would have been at the mercy of Bishop, which, for some reason, hasn't been a huge thing. But, I'm not bothered. Let's go back to Jellicent, then. Now that he is thawed out, he can be a bit more of a threat again. There you go. We can take that, and take the Ice Beam as well. Because, as we said before, Jellicent stops Politoed in many, many ways. It is a solid poke to bring against such things. So, I think I'm going to go for Taunt. I'm going to go for Taunt so that if he goes into something that wants to stop me, such as Gliscor, then I can stop him from taunting me. But he wouldn't go to Gliscor, obviously. Yeah, also, Scald wasn't an option because he still has Heliolisk. That makes sense. And Dry Skin is going to heal it up. I probably should have recovered there. Thinking about it now, Taunt was a bit of a rash move. I was kind of thinking, you know, Gliscor, but him switching in Gliscor and Jellicent makes 0 sense, so my brain made a bit of a mental leap there. It happens from time to time. No. Oh, okay, here's what I was thinking. I was thinking I need to go for the Will-O-Wisp to get some residual damage, and then I was like, oh wait, but Gliscor's poison, so it can come in and take the Will-O-Wisp. So in that case, he will then taunt me to... Okay, my mind did mental gymnastics, which literally are impossible. And we're in this situation now that we find ourselves in. So, I mean, I have lots of options here, really. Is it such a big deal losing Jellicent at this point? I mean, not hugely. The real reason to keep Jellicent around is for Gliscor, but I do have Heliolisk and Latios. So, it's a balancing act. It's like, it gets to a point where you want to keep going with the match, but you don't want to, you know? Like, I could save it, but maybe it'll just make the match go on longer, and maybe it'll ensure my victory more cleanly, but I want to kind of get the pace going here, to be honest. I'm going to go for the Willow. Leave him in. See what happens. He ends up thundering. That's fine. Nothing wants to come in and take a Thunder on my team, if I'm honest. Even if I go to Heatran, he can Surf. If I go to Conkeldurr, he can probably do a huge amount of damage. The best thing really there actually was to sack Jellicent, because I didn't have a good switch in. Now what I can do is go into Conkeldurr, with the promise of taking the hits. Alternatively, I can go into Terrakion, but Terrakion's a little premature because he still has Gliscor alive. So if I did go into him, it would be a bad situation for me because I would have to switch out to something else and deal with Gliscor. So the best thing to do, I think, is to go into my own Conkeldurr, just hit Drain Punch, and the majority of Pokemon in his team are going to die to a Drain Punch. If he brings in Gliscor, I have Ice Punch for it. If he brings in Dragonite, I have Ice Punch for it. Bishop's going to die, Heliolisk's going to die, and Politoed's going to die. He's going to end up Volt Switching. That's fine, something's going to take the hit. I'm going to get a little bit of a damage back. A little bit of HP back on my side. Hope so, at least. That's what I'm thinking. So, how are you guys doing? How was your Saturday? Had a nice day? Hope you did. I played basketball this morning. Or this afternoon. Guess it was this afternoon because I woke up late. Because I always wake up late on the weekends, and that's what happens. And I went and played some basketball with some people. It was cool. Fun. And now I'm just chilling. So yeah. We're waiting. It's been 20 minutes already. Jesus, man. It's taking its time. But we'll get some HP back from Politoed. There we go. That's what I like to see. And now that thing's dead, the rain only has a limited amount of time. It will soon run right out. So let's cross off Politoed with our paint marker. Dead. Alright, so Dragonite, Gliscor, Bishop, and Heliolisk. In comes Dragonite, which has Hurricane, which is going to force me away. Unfortunately, let's go into Carl the Heatran to take the Hurricane. That is a problem and a half, really. And he should be going, yes, as we... Now, no. Don't stay in. Oh, and he confuses me. This is where the hacks train starts. This is where it begins, ladies and gentlemen. The hacks train begins. Oh, my lord. Well, Burn is doing its job, and plus Stealth Rock, so Dragonite will be dead soon enough. I think I'm gonna... I might as well Protect. I mean... yeah, I could Lava Plume. Does that really achieve anything? I don't think so. I'm gonna Protect. And he's gonna withdraw on my Protect, which makes sense. He's not gonna stay in on me. And Heliolisk comes in. Yeah, that was partially the reason why I was considering Lava Plume. But again, in the rain, does it really do a huge amount? Not really. Like, he has Dry Skin, of course. And now the rain has stopped, which is great, which means his Surfs are no longer boosted, essentially allowing me not only to go for the Lava Plume on this turn, but also to do more, take less damage. Yeah, that's what I said. Take less damage from the Surf, do more damage with the Lava Plume, and he actually misses going for a Thunder, predicting me to switch, and I don't get Hidden Confusion, and I get off the Lava Plume, and he has Dry Skin, so he's going to do extra damage, which is fantastic, and Heliolisk almost dead. Bravo. Bravo indeed. Let's go for Lava Plume again. Hopefully I'll just get out of Confusion this turn, and I will definitely live a Surf, I can guarantee that, because I'm especially defensive, and though he is Life Orbed, he is not going to be able... Ah, I hit myself with Confusion! Come on, man, come on. So annoying. But Heatran, really, let's fodder him now. I'm going to just... let's go for Lava Plume again. Let the Heliolisk kill itself. And he misses the Thunder! Come on, break out, break out. Yes! Alright! Alright! Yeah! Alright, we're closing down here. Heliolisk is dead. All we have left to deal with is Bishop, Dragonite, and Gliscor. And we can clean that up, I hope. With my own Heliolisk, potentially. We'll see. See how that goes. I'm gonna fodder off Heatran here. There's no point leaving it in. I'm just gonna go for Lava Plume because I don't want him setting up or any bullshit. I'm not gonna Protect. Give him a free window. No point. He has Power Up Punch. My God, he has Power Up Punch. However, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Heatran is a boss. A massive monster of a boss, and he lives Power Up Punch and doesn't give a fuck. Also breaks out of confusion and kills him with Lava Plume. There we go. I guess Power Up Punch just ain't powerful enough. Pop. I need to, like, so I want to get a new microphone. So instead of using these headphones, I can use these bad boys, which are so much more comfortable. Which means I can use headphones and have a proper microphone, but I have to get a pop stand because of all my popping noises I would make. Man, Heatran MVP, right? I mean, kicking it in here. Doing a stand-up job, my man. Good stuff. Looks like we're going to close it out. Let's kill Bishop. I forgot to delete him from my MS Paint. Goodbye. I know you all want to see my MS Paint thing. I'll probably post a picture on Twitter. And I'll link it in the description. Alright? You happy? Good. Oh, it's my turn. Yay! I get to switch. Okay. Well, that's easy. I can just go into Heliolisk and go for Surf. Simple. Smash the Surf button. Which I don't think is going to kill. But once Gliscor's weakened, we can just bring in Latios, and Latios will finish off the job, because Psyshock will kill both the Gliscor and the Dragonite, which is remaining. Good stuff. And then we also have Terrakion as insurance, just in case. I think I'm just gonna... No, I'm gonna go to Conkeldurr. No. What's the point? Just go to Latios. Stupid. No point in messing around with Conkeldurr. Let's go to Latios. Oh, I have Surf on Latios. I'll just Surf with Latios. Because Dragonite is basically dead after Stealth Rock and Burn, so... It's easier to just go for the guaranteed, will kill it 100%, kill Gliscor, and then his last thing is Dragonite, which I'll circle. I'm gonna make him a bullseye. He's gonna be the bullseye. You guys are gonna love this picture, I tell you what. Concentrating. Right, there you are, Bullseye the Dragonite. I'm gonna switch into Conkeldurr. Nah, I'll just stay in with Latios and go for the Surf. If it doesn't kill it, then well, whatever. It's gonna kill it. It should do. I'm Specs. I know it's resisted, but come on. There we go. And now an arrow into your chest. And there's the stem. Alright, that, ladies and gentlemen, was a live narration. I hope you enjoyed it. A good game, and some nice things going on. I'll save it just in case. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, please do leave a like down below. That is always appreciated, and I am very happy when you do that. And if you made it this far into the video, say in the comments that you did so, and tell me something about this match that you enjoyed. Anything. Could be anything. Could be this bit of my microphone. Could be my poster. Breaking Bad. Could be anything. Anyway, I'm going to close it out. I'll see you guys next time, whenever that happens to be. Until then, goodbye.